Kia ora, I'm Erin J. Doyle. Welcome to my channel. The Auckland Writers Festival has just come to an end. I've been going every day. Actually no, all but one day I went and went to readings and Q&As, and I went to the Auckland New Zealand Book Awards, which is like the major literary award ceremony thing in New Zealand. So it's been a great and exhausting, truly exhausting week. It has also been a time for putting aside rules, because I'm not supposed to be buying books, because I have so many unread books. So anyway, I figured time for a book haul. The first book that I picked up was The Colonizer book by Tutsiata Avia. I may have just pronounced that incorrectly. I'm not 100% sure. My apologies if it's incorrect. This book won the Poetry Prize at the New Zealand Book Awards, and the poem that Tutsiata read out at the event was just this powerful, violent, angry, swear word enriched piece that I think was fully appropriate to the subject matter, and it was nice to see that kind of poetry being acknowledged as being kind of worthy and real and legitimate in a literary environment, because it is often disregarded as being, immature and that kind of thing. I may have to make a video on that topic actually, because I have much more to rant about, but yeah, I really enjoyed it, so I had to get the book. Then I grabbed Tōku Papa by Ruby Solly. I love the cover on this. Isn't it just spectacular? So this is the author and her father, for whom the book is named. Oddly enough, Papa is father. This is a collection of poetry which is and is not about her father. She reads really beautifully, and the piece that she read out had this like beautiful repeating refrain, and I just knew like, oh, I have to buy the book. And then I saw the cover and I was like, oh my god, and I look at the back, so pretty. Next I succumb to an impulse buy. So this is I Am a Human Being by Jackson Newland. I'm not actually sure how you need to pronounce quite that many vowels in a row. Google was of no assistance. This one I think was, I know I saw it first mentioned at the Book Awards. I want to say it was one of the winners of the debut section, and is about identity and those kind of things. Hang on, I need to read the back to remind myself, because it was really well done. Yeah, it says, explodes the limits of writing about identity and its aching complexity and beauty. But yeah, I just thought that sounded really great, so I wanted to check that one out. Next I picked up Owe by Becky Manawatu. I saw her speaking at an event on the weekend, and from the things that she was saying about it in regards to writing about family without writing about your family, and using your own experiences and trauma and those kinds of things, but talking about them in a fictitious story, was really interesting. And then all the people in the crowd were asking questions at the end that made me think more and more this might be something that I would enjoy. Apparently it's quite a hard read, because trauma, but I got the impression that it's really beautifully done, so kind of looking forward to that one at a point where I feel like I want to read something that deals with trauma. Obviously you have to be in the right headspace for those kinds of reads. Next I grabbed a book just for the cover. So this is The Soul of a Woman, and just look at it. I mean, you can't really, because the lights make it too reflective. But basically this was in a month. God, stupid lights. Is that gonna work? I saw this and was just like, ooh, and picked it up. Oddly enough, by the title and the cover, it's about feminism. Presumably I'll find it enlightening in some way. And lastly I picked up Towards Compostela, Walking the Camino de Santiago. Those of you who've been watching my channel for a while may understand why I was not only drawn to this book but found it a bit stressful. I picked this up for obvious reasons read the blurb at the back and saw that, yep, not only is it a book by another New Zealander about the Camino de Santiago, but there's something in the blurb that suggests that maybe there is also a theme similarity between this book and the one I've been working on for the last couple of years. And after February's chaos, where I read the Camino Club, and one of the major events in that book is nearly identical to one of the major events in my book, I'm just like, oh my god, I need to finish my book so I can stop finding other books that have stuff in common with it and freaking out. But this one is going to be very, very different from what I've written. I mean, I've only read like a few pages while I was on the bus, but it's written in a very different way. It's very much a memoir type of book and has, well, it appears to have extracts from the journal that she carried when she walked the Camino in the 1990s. So very different from what I'm doing. Also, when I was having my little crisis in the middle of the book stand area, there was a person who was kind of manning the counter who said to me that they've been working in bookstores for a few years, and they were saying that people come in asking for books about the Camino de Santiago all the time, and they were pretty much just like, it doesn't matter what you've written, you'll be fine, people will want to read it just because of the subject matter, it doesn't matter what other people have already written. And I was like, A, fact, and B, thank you stranger, oh my god. I don't know 100% why I bought this, because it's not really something that I would typically read. I think I just got it because I was like, you know, she is not my competition, another writer is never your competition, and I had this like, given my knee-jerk panic reaction, I felt like the correct thing to do was to buy it. Not to read it and spy on her and see what my competition is, but to support a fellow author who is not my competition, even though we are both writing books about the Camino de Santiago. So that's everything that I bought in the space of a few days whilst I'm not supposed to be buying books, which I think brings my TBR shelf up to 93. It's too many. If you've enjoyed this video, do give it a like, and if you're new around here, maybe consider hitting subscribe so you can keep up to date, and I'll see you next time. Bye! And last up, I picked up Towards Compostela by Catherine